No march during the civil rights period was ever allowed to complete its route. We never marched through any town in the 6 counties, ever. I think an awful lot of people were politicised, and then the police were allowed their head against marchers, and things just eventually took their course into the military campaign. So that was that, and then thousands went to jail and thousands were killed. But as I say, it started with a demand for civil rights, which if granted, I mean the Catholic population, as I said, would have been quite happy to have some improvement, but there was no improvement. There was nothing going to be granted, there was nothing going to be conceded, and when that was demonstrated very, very clearly, and then I think various things that had happened, the siting of the university in Coleraine, the motorway to the bogs of Tyrone, and the building of the new city in Craigavon just convinced the people. I did a degree in economics, and we were brought out by Professor Black and Iles and Cuthbert and those boys to look at the plans for the 6 counties, and all the development was in the east. There was no development, so the people were either going to be smashed. We actually, because of a lot of the people who were working on the new city would have been from the London School of Economics, they were vaguely socialist, so they actually drifted towards us. And I was friendly with one guy who spent 2 years designing the lion pit at Craigavon Zoo. Now, number one, Craigavon Zoo never took place, and the lion pit. It was just a bottomless pit to throw money into a loyalist area. And these kind of bizarre acts of fraud took place, you know, enriching various people and not enriching others.
I was the 6th woman interned, and the youngest at that time, at 17 years of age. And I was brought in I was arrested and brought to Town Hall Street and interrogated for 90 hours. And there was various sort of things were done. They didn't physically abuse me, but they threatened to come in the middle of the night and rape me and stuff like that. And I never slept. I didn't eat anything because there was rumours around among the Republican movement that they put poison in your food, and so, or truth drugs or something. So for the 90 hours, I didn't eat anything while I was there. In Longcash or Crumlin Road Jail, you would have had older men there who had experience of being in the 40s and the 50s in prison, so they knew what the regime would be and how to handle, and would have given advice to younger prisoners. But the girls in Armagh hadn't got anybody older to advise them, so when Eileen came in, she realised that there would need to be some form of military structure put in place to keep discipline within the wings, because well, we were all young, and you needed some form of discipline to keep you under control. So she became the OC of Armagh Gaol. My father, every time he'd come up to see me in prison, he used to cry. And I used to say, don't let that old lad come up to see me anymore, because he's making me do bird. So, but he couldn't cope that his 17-year-old daughter was in a prison, and it really upset him. So I really tried to sort of let his visits be once a month, so that he didn't do my head in. He'd make you insane the way he could.
remember being in the van and seeing these gates opening and realising that I was now in Armagh Gaol. And I had been up to Armagh Gaol to visit and different people, but obviously I was never inside of it. And it was strange coming in the van and getting out, and the screws was there. And I remember being taken then across and into the strip search area. Albeit I knew that strip searching was taking place in Armagh, I think I was totally unprepared for it when I was told to strip and take off all my clothes. It's just, when it's happening to you, it's different. And as in reading it, what was happening to other people. And I remember getting stripped and then taking a bath and then took onto the committal wing and being locked in the cell. And I was sitting in the cell and I could hear voices, and I was up at the window and I was listening, and it was the other political prisoners was calling my name, and the other girls that was charged with me, their name, and just letting us know that they knew we were there and everything would be okay. You just walked round and round and round the yard, and even in a good day it was miserable, because all you were looking at was these grey buildings that got there. But what I can remember very, very clearly was there's houses out over here at the site, and on a good day you would hear children out playing and them laughing and that there. And it was strange, you were in jail and you were walking round and just there was this wall between you and actually freedom, and it was strange to hear children playing and laughing.